Welcome to the latest Motley Fool scoreboard. I'm Anand Chokkavelu, and we've got longtime fools Travis Hoium and Lou Whiteman giving a 1 to 10 rating to one of Travis's favorite stocks. At least he talks about it a lot. We'll see what his scores say. It's Coinbase, ticker symbol COIN. First, we'll rate the strength of Coinbase's business, including factors like industry and competition. A 10 is invincible. A 1 is hopeless. Lou's at a 6. Travis, often the pessimist in the group, is at a 9. Explain yourself, Travis.
I love where Coinbase is positioned on the blockchain. And to be clear, I'm not talking about any cryptocurrency or bullishness on anything like Bitcoin or anything like that. I think Coinbase is really a blockchain company, and that's the reason to be bullish. The core of the business is the exchange. That's what most people know Coinbase for. And then also stable coins. So the USDC token is a token that they started with a company called Circle. Circle now controls that token, but Coinbase is going to generate about $1 billion in revenue in 2024 from just that stablecoin. So there's a lot of money coming in from that stablecoin. It's grew about 70% last year. So I think of this as being a very early stage company on the blockchain. I'm giving a lot of credit for optionality, but think about this more like Amazon in 2002 when it was just a retail company. There's a lot of options, so a lot more ahead from Coinbase as the base blockchain grows, as we find more utility. A lot of the established companies are building on top of Coinbase, and entrepreneurs are now too.
That's the thing, though. I don't think Amazon was a 9 back then. And I think, yes, Coinbase is focused on what blockchain can evolve into. I get the bull case. I think it's very possible, but that's not where we are today. Right now, it is the world's best, most established crypto exchange with these side products that are really exciting. I see the potential. I get why you love it, but rating the business today, it's only a 6 because we don't know how things will evolve from here.
Let's move on to management. A 10 is Warren Buffett. A 1 is Homer Simpson. Travis is at a 9. Lou's only at an 8, but that's pretty strong. What do you say, Lou?
Okay, so, Brian Armstrong is definitely the strength here. He deserves a lot of credit for being the sober person at the crypto party. Crypto is so full of characters, wild declarations. This is a guy who stands out for being the steady hand, taking a long-term view, remaining focused on executing towards that plan. Case in point, I remember when he was criticized for trying to play within the rules instead of being part of the Wild West, but that decision has actually made them what they are. Just a real steady, calculated exec in a sector that maybe more than any other out there desperately needs one. I don't have much bad to say about Mr. Armstrong.
Yeah, and this is one of the people that I want to listen to every single quarter on their conference calls, any sort of interview that he does, because I think he is very thoughtful about what the blockchain and cryptocurrency is going to be used for in the future. Very, very ahead of the times, creating this company kind of almost a decade before most of us had heard of a lot of these use cases, and has been able to be innovative along the way. So I went maybe a little bit low with a 9. Maybe we should have been a 10 with Brian Armstrong.
Yeah, regardless of if you buy Coinbase or not, Brian Armstrong is a very interesting kind of leader and interesting to follow. Someone especially in the crypto space. His competition is a dog with sunglasses. Let's talk about financials. A 10 is a fortress. A 1 is yikes. Lou's at a 6. Travis, you're at a 7.
Yeah, the financials are really solid. A lot of cash on the balance sheet. The exchange business and the stablecoin business are really the core. That's what I think of as the core of the business. And those are doing extremely well. Like I mentioned earlier, don't sleep on stablecoins. This is something that I think we're going to be using more and more in the future. Companies like Stripe just paid over $1 billion for a company to basically build out those stablecoin rails. If there's going to be disruption to things like credit cards, it's going to be the USDC token likely doing that. Well, Coinbase is making a ton of money on that. You have the base blockchain that is just starting to build out a revenue generating stream for them. So there's a lot to like from a legacy standpoint. And then, I know that it doesn't exist yet, Lou, but a lot of growth potential in some of these avenues that, even 12, 18 months ago, people were very much questioning what sort of the future of Coinbase was. What are they going to do beyond just being this exchange business? They built this stuff out really rapidly, about $1.8 billion worth of non-exchange revenue now for Coinbase over the past 12 months. So this is becoming a pretty big business. We'll get to valuation, but as far as the core business and sort of the optionality in these other markets, doing really well.
Yeah, Travis is right. The balance sheet's fine. The company is profitable. It looks like a well-run exchange, which is basically what it is. To be honest, though, the financials here are not going to make you buy this stock over another stock. The important thing for the financials now is they're strong enough to keep the lights on to let some of these daydreams that Travis is talking about become realities. They definitely are. So financials, solid 6.
Let's talk about valuation, Travis. How well will Coinbase's stock do over the next 5 years, and how safe is it? 10 is a sure thing, 1's a lottery ticket.
So I went high on the return side. Like I said, I like that optionality. I like a company that's on the offensive, disrupting the financial industry. So I said 15% plus there. But then I offset that with a pretty low safety score of 4. I would not be shocked if Coinbase's stock drops 70, 75% sometime in the next 3 or 4 years. That just wouldn't be surprising if we go through some sort of crypto winter again. These things happen over and over again, but long term, I think the foundation of what they're building, the disruption that's taking place on the blockchain, by the way, all of the big banks are moving towards the blockchain with settlement for stock trading transactions, bond trading, all kinds of things. Coinbase is going to play a central role in that. That said, it's very uncertain what that future looks like, so you can't go too high on the safety aspect.
So, I ended up pretty bullish too, because here's the thing. I still don't know what crypto is going to be when it grows up. And I think despite what Travis is saying, none of us know, right? It's a lot of optimism, but I've heard a lot of stories about what crypto is going to be that didn't turn out to be good. But this is what I do know. Crypto's not going away, and I'm willing to believe that Brian Armstrong's company will figure out how to capitalize on whatever crypto becomes over the next 5 years better than most people will. So I'm going to say this is a market beater at 10 to 15%. Given it's already up nearly 100% over the past year, I don't see it to the moon here. Safety for me, I'm actually a little better than Travis because I'm at a 5. I mean, the most ironic, perfect thing to be is that something does go wrong and it just becomes part of Goldman or something, right? Isn't that the way this probably ends up, if we're all honest? So there's enough there that there's some value to a buyer. It's still a coin flip of whether it becomes what it could though.
Right, let's top it and see if Travis can name anything that he likes better than Coinbase. What do you say, Travis?
So there's not a lot of publicly traded companies in this space. So every other company you'd have to kind of stretch. You could say like Robinhood or SoFi, something like that. Those are really direct plays on the blockchain. So there's not any public company that I'd like better in crypto right now. The one that I would keep an eye on if I was an investor would be Circle. That's the company that actually runs the USDC token. They have a stablecoin in Europe as well. Much more of a stablecoin business. So using the blockchain with dollars on top of it instead of, Solana tokens or dog tokens or whatever. Coinbase is their partner, though, owns a stake in the company, shares in the revenue from that stablecoin. So if they go public in 2025 or 2026, I would definitely be interested. It depends on the price, though.
Yeah, so in crypto, no, because as I said before, if anyone's going to figure out what to go from here, it's Brian Armstrong, so go with his company. But if we're actually talking about what this is today, it's a brokerage, and I would buy Schwab before I'd buy Coinbase just as a better run, more diversified.
Talk about Goldman buying Coinbase. Schwab buys everything else, so maybe
there
that. Maybe you buy
less ironic, but would still work.
Right.
Definitely not a culture clash there.
Nope, but it'll be funny when you both end up owning the same stock. Thanks to both Travis and Lou. They've given Coinbase a solid overall score of 7.2 out of 10, short of the 8.0 that would force me to own shares. But it's one that both Travis and Lou see as a strong, if risky, future. I'm kind of intrigued, maybe on a pullback. Look out for a new scoreboard every market day at 7 p.m. Eastern. Next up is Trupanion. Till then, Fool on.
Can I be honest with you? Not only don't I own Goldman, I would sooner buy Coinbase than Goldman.
Whoa.
I just, buying Goldman is like buying index funds. You just kind of, I just don't have any interest in